What's up, guys? Perfection here. Today we're going to kind of do a revamp on the maximizing efficiency video that I did before. Um, there's a few people that have asked me questions recently about, how to make the best of the packs that they get. So I'm going to kind of go over that. Um, I'm doing this on this is kind of the newer account that I made. So I don't have everything unlocked and open that I have on my main, but for this purpose, I think that this account will work best. Anyway, so the first thing we're talking about is presets. Now, once you have presets unlocked or research gear period, you're gonna want, like right now I have 5 piece of the Chancellor set, and in the skill points, you basically want to go down. I more or less have one preset that's got everything, so you can see that I've got my troop trainings at 50 of 50. I pretty much use this preset for economy because I don't have all the sets open yet. Now, once I have all the sets created, I'll make a preset for training, a preset for crafting, a preset for research. Um, let's see, there's a preset for monster gear, basically, and go from there. So what I mean by that is, okay, so for example, this is my research preset. Now let's say I had the full Chancellor set. So I would max out, I'd put two in troop attack, 3 in food production, which would unlock these 2 here, and for construction and research. And I would max out research there. I would come down here. I'd put the minimum amount of points to get down here. Just the minimum amount to unlock the next one, which is 5, pretty much all the way down on the right side. And then I'd max out research 2. I'd keep coming down. And then right here at stone production, it switches to where you need 10 to move to the next tile. Now down here on on this one, I would come down, still ignore what I have here for now. And so you wouldn't max out troop training capacity on this one. This is your research preset. Keep in mind, right now we're talking about research preset. We're going to take it down and we're going to max out this set bonus, this base set bonus. We're going to max that. That's going to give us 25% additional stats to our base set bonus. And then we're going to come all the way back up here to the top, and we're going to go down the left side and put the minimum amount all the way down. And right here at infantry defense, we're not going to go below that. We're just going to cut to the right like I did before, like I did on this one, and we're going to put 5 of 5 all the way down. We're not going to max out troop training again. This is our reset pre-search, and we're going to put, you have to put at least 20 points in alter boost defense to get lower. And then with a max level hero, you're going to max out this full set bonus. I can't show you what it gives, but I'm pretty sure it's 25% as well. And so it'll give you 25% additional to your full set bonus as well, your 7-piece set bonus. So what that's going to do is when we look at our gear, our set details, and keep in mind I'm not maxed out on research yet, so mine's not going to be as high. But you see how if we had the full set bonus, it would give us 52% research speed. And it would give us 24% on the 5 set bonus. Now, that number to the left, that plus 18%, that's because the research I have done, if I had all of my research at 10, so if it was at 10 of 10 on set bonus, all the way down, my entire set tree was 10 of 10, I was hero 60 with the full 7-piece set, I would have 24/24, basically 48% additional research speed from that, and then 52/52, so 104% research speed there. So that's going to give me that maximum research speed. And I'm sorry, I'm saying research speed on the 24%. It's actually resource cost reduction. So essentially, you're picking up just shy, so 48% resource cost reduction when you're doing research. So how important is that? I mean, I'll show you exactly what it is. So I'm going to unequip this one piece of my research gear, so I don't have that set bonus anymore. I'm going to go over here to my academy, and I'm going to just grab something like a march reset because March is one of the last ones that gets finished because it costs so much. And let's see, figure out which one of these can be done. Whoever designed the March tree, I think, was on some kind of, I don't know, but you got to go all over the place. All right, now if you see here, it's 140. So we're just going to we'll use stone, for example, because it's the most. So it's 165 million stone to do this one research. And it costs about, we'll say on average, 150 million of all resources to do this one particular research. Actually, it's more like 160 million, but either way. Now, let's go back here and throw our tome back on, which activates that what I was telling you before, the 2418. So my math, we'll say 42% resource cost reduction. And then we're going to go back in here to March, and we're going to go to the same research. And in the March tree, there's only going to be one that works, so that's how we know for sure it's the same. And I believe it was it this one? No. Okay, here it is. Now, okay, so the average before was 160 million resource on average of your resources. Now we're looking at 130 million average. So that dropped us 30 million just on this one research. So you start, and this is only level 10. I mean, for those of you that have taken these up to 13, I mean, you see the increase, the difference. And if I didn't have this on, it would be more like 400, around 410 million resources. So it adds up very quickly. Okay, and then same thing with troop training. When you look at I don't have a troop training. I've just been switching the gear out for now. I'm going to build a preset for each one of these. Okay, so the set bonus on Grand Marshals, the resource cost reduction, 4%. And when I get it to maxed, when I max out my research, it'll actually be 4%/4% on resource cost reduction, giving me 8% total resource cost reduction. Now, that's just on the gear. Then you come over here, and if you've done your restorative tree, restorative is one of your priorities. Once you've done, see, when I build an account completely from scratch, if I were to do this, I would basically try to get all my packs up front, get all my research gear, get all my crafting gear, and get my training gear set so that I can do all this first. I would do set bonus first, so I have that, and then I would come over here before I did any training and max this out. Because this, like for example, tier 4 troops, you add all this up, I believe it's, I want to say, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 4, 7, okay, so that's 11 plus 29, so yeah, 30%. So that's 30% resource cost reduction when you're training. And I don't need to tell you how when you pop one of those thousand training boosts, 1,000 training queue boosts, I don't need to tell you how much that can cost in resources. So when you take 38% off of that, that becomes pretty significant to how much you save in resources to do this. Now, one of the people that I know that asked me about this didn't do any of this and trained roughly 30, 40, and 50 million troops or something like that, tier 4 troops. Now, basically, they could have trained 38% more troops if they had done this first. Okay, now speed ups. Okay, so let's say we're making our training preset, and you know what? Let's just go ahead and make a training preset, and I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. But okay, so essentially, when you're building a preset, the simplest thing I can tell you to do, I'm not even gonna put the gear in here. I'm just gonna go ahead. We're gonna say I've already put my Grand Marshals gear in here. Well, I'm gonna go down both sides of this tree, and I don't even know if I'm going to go through this whole thing, but because the game's kind of lagging right now. So basically what you're going to do is, so we know we're going to be building a training preset here. So what are we maxing? Training. Now, it's going to take 2 points down to infantry. I put too many there, but it's okay. One thing I wish this game would implement is a way to remove points just from one specific deal. But anyway, I'm essentially going to take this all the way down. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Then right here where it says infantry defense, instead of going down to debuff, I'm going to go over here to cavalry defense. And then I'm going to take it down and put the minimum points and max out troop training 3. Now I'm going to do the same thing, 20 of 30 in ultra boost defense. And I'm going to max out the full set bonus. Then I'm going to come down the right side and put the minimum amount all the way down to troop training capacity. I'm going to max that out. And I'm going to max out the base set bonus. And I'm going to max out troop training cost reduction. And that one there I had forgotten about. I believe when you get 25 of 25 points in here, it gives you 10%. So that actually makes it 48%. So essentially you're cutting your troop training cost reduction in half. I mean, you're cutting how much it costs. The resources that training troops cost in half by doing that. And I'm sure any moment now I'm going to be getting a battery warning on my phone. But okay, so I've done that. Let's say I've maxed all those out and I have points left over. What am I going to do with those points? I am going to put them in pure defense. I'm going to put them in troop health, troop defense. I'm not going to put them in this first one. I'm not going to put them in this first set right here. I'm going to put the minimum there. But I'm going to max out this one here and this one here and enemy troop attack debuff. And then whatever I have left, I'll just put in various defenses. Because let's say I'm training and I happen to doze off. Someone rallies me in training gear. Well, I want to have at least some defenses so I'm not getting my ass blasted. Same thing go with Grand Marshals, for example. Grand Marshals, there's only 2 gems you need in your Grand Marshals. That's, I don't even know if I have these gems, but the Gem of Discipline, which is a 4-slot, I don't have any. It's a training gem, gives you training speed. And then there's another gem, very similar. I think it's the Gem of Discipline as well or something like that. But it goes in the regular slot. Now, if you don't have those, you put all those in your gear first. After that, whatever slots you have left, you put defense and health-based gems in. Just as if you're gemming a defense set. Because that way, if you do happen to doze off in your training gear while you're training troops real late one night, had a few drinks, whatever, you doze off, well, if they are going to hit you, chances are, if you have the right troop set up, you're going to cap and you're just going to sit there and they're not going to hit you again because they're not going to waste their time. If you cap their hero, you're asleep, well, obviously it's not going to get, released unless someone else hits you, and chances are you're going to cap their hero too, so just leave it at that. Trying to think. Oh yeah. So the last thing I could tell you about this is every set that you put the gems that were required in there. So your research set, your crafting set, your training set, put the gems you require for that set. But then everything else is defensive because, like I said, if you doze off, boom. At least you're still semi-defensive. You're not going to get destroyed. If you're holding a hero, if you're holding heroes and you're worried about people rallying you, I haven't really tested this account against a full Zeus set. I think I could take it, but just in case, I log out in the forest. Now, the reason I log out in the forest is because if I get rallied and burned, I random port. Now, most people are smart enough to figure that out, how to catch that. This is a brand new kingdom, so you never know. I mean, they may not know about setting trackers, so, hopefully they do, hopefully they don't. And I'll probably do a video on doing that, especially for KVK. It'll probably be a KVK video because this kingdom I'm in, this is a pretty new kingdom, and we're just about to start kingdom versus kingdom events. So I'll probably try to get something out there for that. Okay, Research. Okay, so that's our presets. Our presets are simple. You hero skill your presets for whatever it is you're trying to do with them. Training, you skill it down to training. Research, you skill it in research. And you always on economy-based sets go down the left and the right side to get that 25 of 25 set bonus. Now, defense gear is a little different. You don't put any points in the right side. You don't care that much about the base set bonus. Now, you do go ahead and do the left side, and you want to do, when you're doing a defense set, you don't need anything. You do the minimum. The only thing you max out is troop health, troop defense, enemy attack debuff, all three of your alter boosts, max them out, your full set bonus, and if you're hero 60, I'm trying to remember the name, what this last thing is called. If you're hero 60, you're going to go, so you're going to max full set bonus, all three of these alter boosts, and the alter boost skills, max all three of them because it actually gives you a bonus regardless if you have your alter active or not. You're going to max out enemy attack debuff, enemy health debuff if you can, and troop health 2, troop defense 2, and pretty much everything else is a wash. You can kind of see, I'll equip my defense gear real quick, and you can look at my gem set. Pretty much I focus on health and attack debuff. Those are my priority stats. And defense is like a third stat. I don't care so much about defense because the gear is going to give me the defense I need. Okay, same thing. You can kind of see the hero skills I have. See, I maxed out troop health 1, troop health 2. That's just because I had extra points. Troop defense 2, troop health 2, enemy health debuff, enemy attack debuff, all three of my alter boosts. If I had hero 60, I would do full set bonus. And I put the rest of my points in cavalry health just because the only thing that has even a remote chance of burning my account is Zeus, and cavalry is what Zeus attacks because it's an infantry-based set. So I'm not too concerned. Yeah, that's why I put cavalry health, because I'm not worried about dragon bone or frostbitten burning me. It's not a powerful enough set to burn the setup that I have. Okay, let's go to research. All right, combat research is obvious. You got to max that. Strategic combat is obvious. If you're going to be a rally leader, you got to max that. March, you need to at least have your entire March tree at 10 of 10, or as best as you can. Set bonus has to be maxed. This is one of the first ones you max because the more set bonus you have, the less everything else costs you. Restorative. Before you start training massive amounts of troops, this needs to be finished all the way down. Before you craft cores, this needs to be finished all the way down. Because, for example, this duration is going to give you a lot more time on your cores. Okay? If you're running full salvager set, okay, you have a set like I talked about before, the crafting set and your preset, you go down there and you max out on your presets, you max out or hero skills on salvager set. You always want to have salvager set equipped if you have it, the full set or any pieces that you do have. There's my battery warning. Each piece is going to give you more time on your cores and or cost reduction. So it's going to cost less or crafting speed anyway. So it costs less speed ups to make. Okay, so the same thing go. You put minimum points all the way down, max out crafting speed. See, because it says increase your crafting speed for cores, relics, and basic gear. You're going to max out base set bonus, core high range boost, and what that's going to do is your cores have a range on them, and it's going to boost the higher end range of that, and then your research will boost the lower end range and duration. You're gonna max this out too. Then you're gonna go do the same thing all the way back, and then come down the left side, minimum points all the way down to get full set bonus open. Salvager set is huge. You just have to make sure you're using it correctly. All right, back to research. So that's your restorative. Your crafting tree, that has to be maxed. I mean, that goes without saying, because without maxing crafting tree, you can't use your fourth gem slots or make 6-piece cores. Wild Combat. Now, Wild Combat and March are the two most expensive trees there are. And not, like, you can actually get to Wild Troop 4 or Wild T4s pretty efficient. It's not that expensive to get to the Wild T4s. The problem with Wild T4s, you can actually skip Wild T3s. If you max everything that you need to get down, you can actually skip Wild T3s because, let me look at this because I've done this before. See, Wild Troop Defense 7. See, you can start putting points in this. What does this say? Enemy range defense debuff. All right, so you put points here. I'm just kind of going up. Training capacity. Okay. Axe throwers. Okay, I'm sorry. I skipped one. Here we go. T4. Valkyries. Wild Troop Health. Okay. All right, so those require Wild Troop Health. These require the health debuff, which is right here. But then if you look at this, Wild Troop Defense 8, it does not require you to unlock these tier 3s. It just requires you to get this to level 8. And you can do that without unlocking T3. So you can skip T3 Wild Troops if you want. Now, where it gets really expensive, though, is these debuffs. These debuffs, all of them, they're huge debuffs. And the higher you get, they're really expensive. And March goes without saying. 11, 12, and 13 of March are insanely expensive. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that, as far as that I wanted to. Oh, okay. When you're doing your research, let's say you just picked up, we'll just say you just picked up 8 packs, 2 of the Athena deals or something. I'm just a little. Technically, I'm making this video for somebody that did that, and we're gonna that's a kind of a little shout out, if you will. Okay, Inferno solo events. All right, Infernos. Okay, for example, this one right here is going to cost me 168 million points to complete. I get 5 points per research power that I get, right? So what I'm going to do, that menu, by the way, the events menu is laggy, so I apologize for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do research. I'm going to keep going down my research trees until it pops up and tells me that I've completed the Inferno solo event. Okay? So I'm going to try my best to get through this menu here. Okay, prize 1, man, it's okay. You get 20,000 gold. Well, 20,000 gold doesn't seem like much. And you do 10, 15 of these Infernos, starts adding up. Now, that's just the prize 1. Let's look at prize 2, if it scrolls down there. So, okay. Prize 2 is 15k gold, which is less than prize 1, but it gives you some chests. Okay? So we're getting some stuff. I mean, the way I look at the Infernos is this is free items and gear and gold. And the reason I say it's because you're going to be doing the research regardless. Why not take advantage of the Infernos? Now look at this, the Infernos here. Okay, 250k gold. We got 20k VIP. We got 10 of those. Silver, who cares? It's not enough to matter. Then you get all these, the Cursed Jar. A lot of these, you get a whole lot of cores. They're only level 1, but they add up. After 10 of these Infernos, they add up pretty significantly. Okay, so, all right, so now we're going to say that we just completed an Inferno. Okay? Now, if we just completed an Inferno, we're going to stop doing research until the next Inferno starts. The Infernos reset at the top of every hour. So you can see right now I'm looking at my clock. It's 11:40-ish and 22 minutes left on the Inferno, so my clock's a little fast. So this will stop at the top of the hour, and then there'll be a 3-minute intermissionary period where it shows you, or intermission period, sorry, where it shows you the next Inferno. It'll be green starting in 3 minutes, and then when it starts, you have 57 minutes to complete it. Okay? Now, another way to save on your speed ups. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Some of you have used help alliances before. Some of you may not. I live by help alliances. They're there. Use them. So the best one in the game is lowercase TU, capital G, tug. All right, there's 80 people in there. You hit apply. Okay, and they got a little bot in there that kind of, I think it's a bot. It may be a person, but it auto accepts invites. All right, now we're in the help alliance. Now here is why it's so important to use a help alliance. Let me make sure that no, we're in the wrong gear. We ain't doing research and that crap. Okay, so we're going back to our research gear. All right, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab a March research. Okay, scroll down here. I think it was this one here that needed to be done. All right, 1,301 days of speed ups is what it's going to cost me if I were just to start this and speed it. But now watch what happens when I start and use help. So I start, okay, 1301. I'm going to hit help. Tug is pretty much 25 instant helps. You get the helps within 1-2 minutes. Okay, so let's look what that did for me. Okay, all right, we're at 23. We're at 25 helps. Our 25 helps are done. Now that pretty much took 300 days off that research. It takes right about 25% of whatever speed ups it would cost to do a research. So now we don't have to use 1,300 days of our speed ups. We only have to use 1,032 days. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this entire Inferno because it was semi-cheap. So I'm going to pop 1,000. And honestly, you can get even more efficient with this. Sorry, I'm going to use a little gold here. You can get a little more efficient with this if you wanted to by using the little research speed boost, so like 30% research speed boost that you get in packs. I'm out of them. I haven't picked up any packs in a while. So, okay, that one's done. Boom, go to March again. Might just be able to go ahead and take this whole thing to 10 on this one. Okay, probably not. Of course, I don't know which one will let me do next. So, crackhead development here. I mean, it's like it's down here, and I got to go up here. Oh, it'll be the last one I click. Oh, what do you know? All right, 886 days. Hit research, pop help. So it started at 886 days, took us down to 703 days. I'm pretty sure that's all we're going to get out of that. Now, I don't have any 700-day speed-ups, and I'm not about to spam click 30-day speed-ups on gold. Don't do what I do here. I'm going to hit an 800-day speed-up just because I don't care. I'm wasting 97 days of speeds right there. But I'm more or less just doing this to show you as an example of how you can... even then, 886 days, by using an 800-day speed up, I still saved 86 days of speeds by using this help alliance, and I don't have to sit around and wait for my alliance to click help. Okay, so that's that one. I guarantee it's not this one. I got to bounce down here. Crackville. All right, look at that. Found it. Okay. This should take me right near 800 days, somewhere in there. Okay. So 763 and pop an 800 day, whatever. All right, boom. That research is done, or that Inferno is done. Sorry, I get hiccups. That Inferno is done. Again, we just got 200K VIP. I mean, 200K VIP with how much these VIP cost now is not a whole lot, but it adds up. I mean, because I just did an Inferno. Now I've got, let's see, 15, 17, 18 minutes pretty much left on this Inferno. All right, I'm not going to do any more research. Yeah, I'm not growing as fast. I could sit here and just bang out research over and over and over again, but then I'm not getting my free items from these Inferno rewards. So I'm just going to wait the 18 minutes, and when the next one starts, I'll do it again. Now, one thing that you can do, if you do have those 1 hour research speed boosts down here, they pop up in your boost. So you click on this little deal over here and go look at your boost. Down here where it says train speed, troop queue, construction speed, there's one that'll say research speed. You come down there, you pop your research, you're 30%, but don't do it until like the 30-minute marker. And what that does is that gives you 30 minutes in one Inferno and then 30 minutes in the next Inferno to do your research. So you complete an Inferno and then start a research, but don't complete it. Then when the next Inferno starts, complete that research, go ahead and do that whole Inferno. And then once that's done, start a final research, even after it's complete, but don't complete the research. Let the helps tick. Once the helps tick, you know all the helps are in. You got 25 helps. Wait until the next Inferno starts, because basically you just got a big jump on the next Inferno with using the speed up boost from before. You can do the same thing. I think I've been seeing in some of the packs. Hope that didn't pause my recording. No, I'm not paused. Okay. Let's see here. See, 15-minute, 50% research speed boost. Okay, so 15 minutes. Well, we just did that Inferno just now. You saw that happen, and that took 2 minutes. So you do the same thing. 10 minutes before the top of the hour, pop your boost, and then once you've completed that Inferno, you're only really going to be able to do that though when you're at those high tiers of March Tree or Wild Tree, because it just gives so much power that you'll complete the Infernos in like 2 or 3 researches. Okay, so you start, you complete it out, you start another one, but you don't complete it. As soon as the top of the hour ticks and that 3 minutes goes by, you have, actually I'd say start at like 7 minutes till, and then basically after it starts you got like 5 minutes and you can pop out 2 more researches and boom, you're done with the next Inferno too. And just rinse and repeat that process until you have all your Inferno or all your research done. Troop training, you can't request help. Most of you know that already. That spam of noise is top of the hour, or 15 minutes till the top of the hour, so my email started clicking like crazy. Anyway, all right, well, that's pretty much all I was going to discuss today. I'm just trying to think if there's any last minute things I can add. The only other thing is if you're not Hero 60, pop these Hero XP 25% boosts, especially if you're going to lead some rallies. You can lead rallies before you're Hero 60 in newer kingdoms. Older kingdoms, I wouldn't even, unless you're max, you already know all this stuff I'm showing you if you're in older kingdoms and a rally leader. So pretty much other than that, that's pretty much the end of the video. Like, subscribe. Any questions, leave them in the comments. I try to get back to them as quick as I can. And I'll hopefully be getting some more videos up soon. I just need you guys to let me know what you want to see, and I'll get it out there. I don't feel like I don't want to just start recording stuff daily play, I guess. So unless y'all want to see some gameplay, just let me know in the comments. We'll talk to y'all later.